George. Now, an exclusive I-Team investigation. Imagine you have a child born deaf. You pay your insurance premiums, but the insurance companies refuse to pay for hearing aids or surgery that would allow your child to hear. Well, it's happening right here in Wisconsin. Here's John Mercure. John?
It's true, Jake. Deaf Wisconsin children with insurance are being denied payment for hearing aids. And one Wisconsin lawmaker, one man with ties to the insurance industry, is standing in the way. Families' pleas are falling on deaf ears.
That's a hammer.
They can hear.
He just sat, I think, with his mouth open for hours in amazement of there's sound in this world.
Because they have high-tech hearing aids.
Can you wave hi? Hi.
Little devices making a big difference.
It's heartbreaking when he doesn't have his hearing aid on or it's not working.
For some Wisconsin children, the heartbreak may be permanent. Unlike many other states, Wisconsin does not require insurance companies to cover hearing aids. Why not? You'll meet the one elected official standing in the way.
Every parent wants as much as they can get for their children. We all have to pay for it. That is how things work.
This is Manny Wilkie. Manny was born deaf. He got his first hearing aid when he was 3 weeks old.
Immediately put it on him and his eyes just bugged out. You know, he was like, wow, you know, what's going on?
The joy soon turned to pain when the Wilkies were told that Manny's $5,000 hearing aids were not covered by insurance.
You break a leg, you can get a cast paid for. He has broken ears. I can't get that fixed.
Wisconsin does not require insurance companies to cover hearing aids for kids like Manny.
When I see a piece of equipment that can either lead him down this life or this life, I just think it is so wrong not to have that opportunity.
It could be a costly opportunity, up to $1 million to educate a child who doesn't get proper hearing help.
I just could not imagine what it would be like if I couldn't hear.
High schooler Heather Schreiber has been deaf since birth. She knows the sacrifices her family made.
And then I'm very blessed to be that they cared enough and loved me enough to do this for me. And that they're willing enough to pay for something that they didn't have to really do.
But they did. So did Amy Baylor, whose son Dylan struggled for years before he was diagnosed.
Would you expect your child to go to school without glasses if they couldn't read the chalkboard? You wouldn't want your child sitting in the classroom not understanding what the teacher is writing. Why would you expect a child to go to class and not hear the instructions the teacher gives?
Why? Because of this man, Representative Frank Lissay. Lissay is head of the insurance committee where a bill to mandate insurance coverage for child hearing aids is stalled. Lissay has refused to even allow a public hearing on the matter.
We have to be very careful on adding more mandates to our insurance coverage. It's increasingly more difficult for people to afford.
Apparently, insurance companies can afford to fund Representative Lissay's campaigns. His contributors read like a who's who in the insurance industry: Northwestern Mutual, Century Insurance, American Family, AMS Insurance, Blue Cross, and Blue Shield.
Insurance companies are the third leading contributor by industry to your campaign coffers. Does that influence how you handle this issue?
No, it doesn't.
Wow, is that a horse?
Alicia Booma has a deaf child and isn't buying it.
And to have one legislator stand in our way and have the power to squelch the bill is extraordinarily frustrating.
So while a majority of insurance companies here in Wisconsin don't cover those hearing devices for our kid, if you work here in the state capitol, like Representative Lissay, and your child needs a hearing device, it's covered under state insurance that you and I pay for.
Does your health insurance through the state cover these hearing devices?
It does now, yes. It has for about the last 10 years, from my understanding.
Parents remain frustrated.
Well, it's not an experimental drug. It's not experimental this or that. It's a piece of equipment.
And some kids aren't getting the help their families can't afford.
I think it's pretty unfair. I mean, you should be able to have the right to be able to hear. I mean, it's not your fault that you were made that way.
Now, after we talked to Representative Lissay, he has decided to hold that public hearing, possibly next week, but he's not promising that the bill will ever come out of committee up for vote. By the way, the same bill passed the state Senate on a bipartisan voice vote.
And
Unbelievable.
It costs people about $1 a policy? Is that what it is?
It would cost every policyholder about $1 per year for this
Wow.
coverage for our children.
Well, it seems like it would be worth it to a lot of people. Okay, John, thank you very much for that.